Hi, in this video I'm going to be answering your questions to the residency in Germany. So if you're interested in residency in Germany or you want to start to get to know it, this video might be for you. Stay along. Hi, my name is Madi. I'm a resident in vascular surgery in Germany in my 4th year of training. I did like months ago a video where I answered a lot of your questions to surgical residency in Germany, and if you didn't watch it, then click here and watch it. And I kept getting some questions and I answered many questions, but there are some ones where I really wanted to make a video and talk about it, and that's what I'm gonna do in this video. And I wanted really to do this video here in front of my Christmas tree because I love Christmas trees. And we have a wonderful Christmas tradition and I just want to do it. So let's get started. The first question, I study in Ukraine, and I have one question, whether they ask for your medical license to practice either in your home study country. So yes, they do. They want a license and they don't care if it's in your study country or in your home country, but they want a license to work as a doctor in some other country. That's one of the most important things that they want the authorities, like who are responsible for acknowledging your medical study abroad in Germany. So that's the first question, and then we're gonna get to the really good questions that I got from Sandesh. Thanks a lot for asking these questions. Do you get any surgical work? I mean, good cases like arthroplasty or arthroscopy. So this question, you can answer this question simply by saying no, which is probably the answer that you're gonna get from the most surgical residents, because like working as a surgeon in Germany starts after the residency, not during the residency. During the residency, you're like allowed to work with, to help, to assist, but not really to do the good cases like alone. It's not the way that they do it here. With that being said, I just want to say something. So that most of residents don't get to do the good stuff. And if you're like working in a university hospital, then you're not gonna come in the operation room. You're gonna be like out there taking care of patients on the ward, or in the ambulance, and what do you call it, in outpatient care and something like that. But there are some other hospitals where you really get to operate. But I have to say, also in good hospitals, you need like two things. You need really good people skill. Yeah? You need to be able to get to know people and build trust and build relationships. And for us doctors, it's like not our strength, but for those who do, and I know a couple, and I hope certainly that I am one of them. But there are some people who are very good in building relationships. It takes a little bit of time to build relationships with the people you work with, but once you do that, you have an advantage over other people. Combine that with good surgical skills, combine that with you training at home, combine that with you learning at home, then you get to do stuff that other residents don't do. So the answer is yes and no. I hope you're really understanding what I mean. If you don't, then just write something down here or send me something, a message on my Instagram, and I'll try to clarify it more. Is it possible to progress our career after becoming Facharzt to become consultant? It is possible. It is really possible. All possibilities are open in Germany. There are like, it's not, there is nobody who says you cannot do whatever you want. You can do here like practically everything you want to do. The question is, are you gonna want to do it? Are you gonna want to pay the price? Like for everything you wanna get, there is a price. And if you really wanna pay the price, then you can do it. But like for becoming a consultant or becoming a professor, for example. You need to do like other things that other people that won't do. For example, you need to write a doctor work, like a PhD, get a PhD or something like that. You need to do the extra work so you can, after your Facharzt, do other things. Because like, when we're really honest, everyone gets his Facharzt. It's not like it's not boards. It's not really that difficult. Like I've seen people who are like, where you ask yourself, really, like who let you pass? Like you can't really operate. You can't really do nothing, but they do. They pass. Everybody passes. So, what about racism? That's like my favorite question to answer. I've answered this question like many times on my Instagram in German. So if you speak German, I would like to ask you very nicely to watch these videos. They're like really helpful. But I'm gonna go like and talk about it here. So, is there racism? Definitely. Is it really overall? I don't think so. I think there is, and I read about it in some groups on Facebook, like where foreign doctors or international doctors come together and talk about it. And I find mostly what they talk about and describe as racism, I find it not really to be racism, but the German nature. Because like for me, racism, you're saying something just because I look the way I look, or you're saying something or doing something to me just because I have a certain name or I believe a certain thing. But I think like in most of the cases, that's not the case, because that's, and the way I see it, because that's the way they deal with people who look other way, who are not really brown or not really black or speak good German. That's the way they deal with it in Germany. In Germany, most people are really very direct. They're very honest. They don't give a fuck who you are. They're gonna tell you. They're gonna tell you that what you did was false. And this false, like, it's relative, but when I think it's false, then I'm gonna tell you right away without any thinking about how you're gonna feel, or is it gonna hurt your feelings or whatever. Nobody cares. They're gonna tell you that's wrong. What are you doing? And like at the beginning, in some places, like in the hospital, like in the operation room, where things are really where it's important to do the right thing, or in ICU, they're like at the beginning they're gonna be really cold to you, not because you're a foreigner, or not because you grew up somewhere else, and not because you have another color of skin, but because that's the way they do it with people who are white and blonde and grow up here. So in 6 years here, I really didn't feel that anybody wanted to hurt me because of my race or the way I look. But I keep hearing these stories, and I don't want to say that it's not there. It is there. And I've seen sometimes something on the train where I felt that that was racism, but it's like really rare. It's very rare. And I don't think it's something that you need to think about. So let's get to the next question. I hope you're having fun. I hope you're learning something, and I hope it's clarifying the picture for you. Please tell me what was new to you, what did you learn, what was good, in the comment section. So, how much enhanced salary with 4 to 5 emergency duties? So, that's really wonderful question. Thank you for it. We have to clarify something. There is, like in most hospitals in Germany, there is a table that's done by an association of doctors called Marburger Bund. Most of hospitals in Germany, they pay you according to this table. And this table says, like, in the first year as a resident, you get as much. You can find it, like you can Google it. That's like overall. Maybe I'll link it below. And they say, like, in the first year you get this, and then the longer you're, like in the second year, you get 200 euros more, I think. And then in the third year, and you're understanding what I think. Then there are other things that play a role here, like how many taxes you have to pay. And that's like, that has to do with, are you single? Are you married? You have kids? That's like the other stuff. And so I think now I'm here, I'm working here for the last 5 years, so I'm not, I don't get the beginner salaries, but the beginner salary, I think, it starts with 3,000. It starts with 3,000, like in the hand, like take off all the insurances, like health insurance and what do you call it in English? I don't know, but if you lose your job insurance, I would say, and taxes, and so you get 3,000. If you work like duties are better paid, so you would get maybe on the week like 300 to 500 for a duty, like night duty, and on the weekend maybe you'll get 600 or 700. 700 is like too much. You never get 700. I don't think so, but like maybe 600, maybe 500. So if you like 4 to 5, then you're gonna end up with 4,000, 5,000. The longer you're there, the more you earn, and it doesn't really change that much until you become Facharzt, until you become specialist. You do your test, and then I think you get like 1,000 more. So that's like the number. It's really good. Doctors are one of the most paid groups in Germany. Like, you're really good. You're like above average here. You can live very good. You can get really rich, and that's like, it's I do have to clarify this. You can get really rich if you think in association to people who are living here, who are rich. Like in Germany this year, there are 70,000 people who become billionaires. So you can like really get rich here. But if you like thinking, like for me, if I compare it to Iraq, or if I compare it to India, then you are really rich. Like, you're like insanely rich. But here, like with the quality of life and the things that you buy here, and the things that you want to, like the cars that you want to ride, and the vacations that you want to do and go, and you're gonna live a good life, but you're not insanely rich if you like don't do any other things beside your job. So that's like my answer to this question. And this is fun. Yeah, thank you for these questions. It makes me think about what we do here and how it works. So let's get to the other questions. Is it worth leaving my own private practice here and coming to Germany for a better future? That's like a personal question. Yeah, is it worth it? I can't answer this question for you. I can only answer this question for me and for the people I know. So I do think, like, if you come from India, or if you come from Pakistan, or if you come from Iraq, that it's worth it. And I'm gonna honestly tell you why. So the first thing is, you're really safe here. Like, you're insanely safe here. The quality of life, like, I'm living probably now better than extremely rich people in Iraq, and I'm living like average. We're not like giving a lot of money for our life because We like to put our money in other places. We like to invest. We like to give to charity and do other stuff. But I'm living like very good. And there is this stability here that you don't have in other countries. Like this is insanely stable. Like in few years, you start really to plan everything because you know how everything is gonna go. It doesn't go like all the time the way you want it, but many things are very, very stable here, like the calendar year, the vacation time. You get 30 days here always. And I think, so at the beginning I thought I should be able to work as much as I want, to make as much money as I want. But I don't think so. I think this idea of not being to work as much and make as much money as you want as a doctor gives you really time for other things, gives you time to discover yourself, to discover what you want. And then you can definitely do something to make as much money as you want. But this time, to discover yourself, to go like really in and find out what do you want, how do you want your life to be, what do you want for your family, who are the people that are most important to you. I would have never had the chance to do that if I stayed in Iraq. I would have been probably an amazing surgeon because I would have spent like so much time in my job, in operating and in learning, but I would have probably lost another very important aspects of life. And if you ask me what, then I would say two very important aspects of life are my body, my health, and another aspect of life is relationships to the people I love, like starting with my wife and my family. That all is like really, really better, a lot better than if I stayed there. I think that's like my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's the way I see it. And then in fact you get also to be German. You get the like German passport. That's like amazing. You get to 170 countries in the world. Like, but it's about the things that are most important to you, not to me. What are the things that are important to you? Do you really appreciate your free time? Do you really want to travel? Do you really want to have time for your family? Do you want to attend the latest conventions, like the European conventions? Do you want to be part of associations for surgeons in Germany and in Europe? Do you want to travel Europe? Do you want to invest? Do you want to give charity? Do you want to help others? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Do you want to ski? Do you want to climb? I don't know. What do you want? And is this really gonna get you any closer to the things that you want? If yes, then do it. Nobody knows what's gonna happen in the future. I don't know, you don't know, nobody knows. But if you think, if you feel that it's gonna get you closer to the things that you most want in life, then do it. You only get this life, my friend. That was it from me. If you have any more questions, then please feel free to send me the questions right under the video. Maybe send them on Instagram, or maybe on Facebook. I would be really, really thankful if you like this video for the algorithm of YouTube, so that other people who are interested get to see it. And if you subscribe to my channel, that would make me really, really happy. I wish you all guys a Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year, and I wish that all your dreams come true. Bye bye.